All right, everybody, special edition podcast episode, because I'm sure if you're like me and you're a huge Sister Wives fan, finding out about the passing of Garrison Brown tonight at 25 by suicide, at least it appears to be a suicide. We do know police visited the home in Flagstaff, Arizona. I'm just getting all the breaking news information coming in. It's just completely heartbreaking for this family. I mean, I'm a mom of an almost 3-year-old. I know so many of you guys listening are moms and parents, and I just think it's such a huge fear for having a teenager, a young 20-something at any point. But you just worry so much because sometimes it's hard for people to see the forest through the trees, to see how valuable they are, to see how much they mean to people. So this is what we know so far. This is the facts of Garrison Brown, Janelle's and Kody's son's passing. There's a lot of speculation online. We'll get to that later. And again, I don't want to speculate too much tonight because I don't think that's right. Janelle and Kody have issued a joint statement about this tragedy on Instagram. Kody and I are deeply saddened to announce the loss of our beautiful boy, Robert Garrison Brown. He was a bright spot in the lives of all who knew him. His loss will leave such a big hole in our lives, and that takes our breath away. We ask that you please respect our privacy and join us in honoring his memory. Now, since this even broke, Mary Brown has posted. I'm sure here in a minute we're going to get an update from Christine Brown as well. But Mary Brown posted on her Instagram, "Our family is deeply saddened to announce the loss of our beautiful boy, Garrison Brown. He was a bright spot in the lives of all who knew him. This loss will leave such a big hole." She basically reposted, she did repost, it sounds like, Janelle's statement. Maybe that was organized by the family. Hi, I know. Maybe they're all putting that out equally, and just checking Christine Brown's Instagram right now. Nothing yet so far for her. I also do think Christine, this is just speculation, but I think Christine recently is not running her own Instagram. And I say that because she has posted a lot about menopause tea items and her MLM, and it just seems very generic, like somebody's running the social media. So we're getting those statements. I think one of the hardest parts about this is it's bringing up a lot of stories on my TikTok of mothers, fathers who have also had a child who has passed from suicide, and how they want you to know, reach out for help, check on your loved ones. Norma wrote on my TikTok, "As a mom who knows what this feels like, my son took his own life a year ago. Until today, I feel the pain, and today I feel the pain of losing him. I blame myself every day. I'll keep her in my prayers. This is so sad, horrible. He was a bright young man. Kody will regret not being in his life." So that brings up a point that some people are making online. I think it's hard to jump to that conclusion fully because in October of 2023, we know that Garrison did share a sad confession about his estranged father, Kody. He revealed Gabriel and him had been struggling to maintain the relationship with Kody since COVID. Now, we know, if you're a fan of the shows, Kody and Robin had very strict COVID restrictions. People couldn't come to their house. They were very, they couldn't see anybody. Everybody had to meet outside. They had all these wild restrictions. They didn't want the kids at the house. And Kody even said in season 18 at times he was done with the kids that were not Robin's, he and Robin's. That basically, if they wanted a relationship, they could reach out, but he was like totally done with it. Felt like they'd been poisoned by Christine and Janelle. There was a major disagreement between Kody and Janelle's households because of the strict safety rules and the patriarch implemented. As documented in recent seasons of the hit show, the two boys had blocked all contact with their father. So it's unknown at this time if Garrison and Kody had come back together at all, maybe over the holiday, but as of 2023, that was the update. Peyton Brown also just shared Janelle's post. I'm sure everyone's absorbing it. Obviously, this happened today, March 5th, 2024. Garrison is survived by his 18 siblings, He was one of the 6 kids of Janelle and Kody's. Madison, Logan, Hunter, Savannah, Gabriel, and the late Garrison were all of their kids. Robin had 3 children from her previous marriage, as we all know. Dayton, Aurora Alice, and Brianna Rose. I think the hardest part about this part is the part that just broke my heart to the core. Flagstaff police are reporting they were called to Garrison, Arizona home where they discovered his body. They believe he died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound, and his brother Gabriel went to the house and found him. That to me is one of the most just tragic. I just finding your loved one is unbelievably sad. So he apparently found his brother. The other thing we know is Garrison was born in 1998, young, just 25 years old. We know that Garrison was a very sensitive soul in this reality show. You know, he's been on the reality show since 2010. So he was 12 years old when he started on that. He enlisted in the Nevada National Guard in 2015, graduated from basic training in 2016. Fans are just outpouring incredible love, incredible support. Guys, I think a lot of you know this suicide prevention number, 800-273-TALK, 8255. Also chat at 988lifeline.org. We'll see what unfolds over the next couple of days, for sure. I think a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people, I just, I would never, a lot of people are correlating Kody to this, how Kody played a part. I just think that's really premature to do. We don't know what he was dealing with in his personal life. I mean, we know some from the show, but we certainly don't know the latest, what the stress was of his job, if he had reconnected at all with Kody since the season ended. TMZ is reporting there's no idea if a note was left. We're told the investigation continues tonight in Flagstaff, Arizona. You know, he was famously on a couple of episodes in season 18. He was featured on the show. And he talked about the struggles with his dad and the, wacky COVID rules they had. He's also known on his Instagram. He featured his new cat that he welcomed into the household, a feline that he called Miss Buttons. Now, I also do believe that Gabe, Garrison, and I thought Gwen, although Gwen got married, so I guess it was not Gwen, were moving in together, and they all had different political kind of beliefs and thoughts. But I think that's way behind on the show. That was a couple of years ago. People are also saying this is just heartbreaking for Janelle because she put out that she just announced that she experienced a recent cancer scare and had 2 precancerous cells removed from her lip. So that was also something that people were very, very, sensitive about. It's the top trending story now across all platforms. This show is enormous, as I told you guys. And, for maybe listeners that are tuning in for the first time, Sister Wives is one of those shows that maybe doesn't have the cachet that a Bravo housewife show does, but it's a huge hit. Season 18 saw the highest ratings they'd ever seen. Over 2 million people tuning in per episode. So just an enormous reach. And I do think you have to wonder if maybe some of the pressure of this season 18 really developed a new following for a lot of people. You had huge TikTok stars talking about it. Mama Tot comes to mind. Mama Tot has suffered some personal tragedy with her son being killed. She loves this show. She talks about it a lot. There was just a lot of publicity around this season, especially around Kody and Robin, obviously with Kody getting divorced or, separated from all of his wives. I just wanted to see if anything new was being reported by Daily Mail. I think all of us are feeling like, is this something to do with Kody? Is this something to do with the pandemic? Was there something else going on there? And sometimes it's just, if you watched Anthony Bourdain's documentary Roadrunner, that brought it into perspective for me so clearly about, suicide and how it can just sneak up on you. And lots of times it's a heat of the moment, not necessarily planned out situation. So that's what we know so far. Things will unfold. I'll give you guys what breaking news I have. But it's a huge hole. And I feel like you guys, I feel like I know this family. I do. I love them. I've fallen in love with the quirkiness of this show. I just am brokenhearted. And, to see you guys even share your own personal stories of how this has touched you. To me, I think, when celebrities pass away, people have a really strong feeling, but this just seems to hit different. I think because there was something wholesome about them, even though we know, obviously, like all of our families, they have their own issues, but there seems something really wholesome. And Janelle was such a supportive mom. And certainly, I think Kody, at least, I'm rewatching the show from the beginning. At least the kids say at the start, he was just so supportive of them. So as it unfolds, I'll let you guys know. You can certainly follow along here at the Sarah Fraser Show podcast, but we're praying for Janelle, Christine. I mean, I'm sure they're with her tonight and just devastated after they came off such an enormous year with Christine getting remarried to David Woolley and season record highs, and season 19-20 already shot. I'm sure that there's going to be some conversations. I would imagine there's going to be some reshooting happening. I don't know. I mean, we know season 19 and 20 are already in the can. So, that's obviously, who cares about that? There's a lot more to deal with here, but really terrible for us and the TLC fam. All right, guys, we'll talk to you soon.